and get away from the noise so you can hear me. Oh look, it's not there now either. And not that I want to, but I guess I'm going to use the 5288. It has a speedometer on it, so I can kind of keep an accurate speed and know what the speed is. If there's anything for the Massey, there might be a speed chart in the manual, and you know, I believe those. Not. Anyway, hell, it's getting late in the afternoon already. It fits this one. It's just a little sloppy. Fits this one better, but this one's been worked on a few times. And I'm going to change a little on here. I'm going to add out, I got a piece, I don't know where it came off from now, but I got a piece that had a coupler on it. Come out, put one more nozzle, and that will make it almost even from side to side without adjusting anything. And the other smart thing is, I gotta hope it'll work. Hope this hose isn't too, actually this hose is in pretty good shape. IP Farms Nelson was putting, I think he was replacing some of this. He was putting this hose on. That hose holds up really good. This stuff, the only reason it still looks new, only time it's ever been out in the weather was when it was mounted on the front of a disc. Otherwise it was in the rafters over there in the machine shed. And that piece of hose on here, that's what that shit does. It just falls apart eventually. That is some that was probably on the old sprayer originally. But anyway, rather than coming off the end, I'm going to use a piece of this to get to the next one. It's going to be about probably that much of it. I'm going to sneak in and probably going to cut into it here, just because the hose will lay through. We'll hook up there on that faucet. Make it a hopefully more manageable length. The bitch is, I could find all kinds of T's, you know, barb fittings, 1/2 inch straight through, but they were 3/4 on the side. So that's what we're gonna do. It's the only way I can get 1/2 inch all the way around. And yes, I did get lucky. There was one upstairs in my bag of tricks. So that's what I'm going to do now. At least get the damn thing ready to use today. And a thank you to Egg Wild for his comment the other day when I mentioned I had to figure out what we were putting on. And he said we need 03s if I'm going 5 miles an hour. These brass ones are 03s. I was thinking we'd need these ones. These are 06s. 06s will put about the way, yeah. I figure it would be good to do 5 miles an hour. Dang it, every time I'm in here talking about this stuff, I cough. So, you know, 06s I need to be doing, they'll work on the big sprayer, we'll put it that way. At 12 miles an hour, they'd be about right. But I found me a cheat chart and the formula to figure it out. My chicken scratch here. That one, it says the same thing, but I couldn't figure it from there. There's my answer I came up with. 03 nozzles at 5 miles an hour will be, it's about 17.5 gallons per minute, or per acre rather. So you got gallons per minute times 5940 divided by, take your miles per hour times your nozzle spacing. So they're 20-inch spacing, so 5 miles an hour times 20 is 100. And I didn't write all my answers down here, but when you're done, you get gallons per acre out of that. That is how that works. And what I happen to find happened to both of these figures, which you can figure gallons per minute off how many gallons per acre times miles an hour times width divided by 5940. So anybody who wants to try to figure that out in your head, go for it. I cheated. I used the calculator on my phone. Now, it was like 17.13 or 0.34 or something like that. But I know these, I'm 99.9% sure that this is a set of tips that we ran. Focus! That we ran liquid fertilizer 3 years ago. And I mean, by the time we got done, we had to scrub them with a stainless brush to get them open back up because they just corroded all to hell. And that stuff's abrasive, so it wore them out also. So, I mean, if we're hitting 22 gallons, I don't care. I really don't. And I got enough of those to do it. So, for using the fire trailer for this is all assuming I'm going to get 40 psi. That's kind of the magic number. I mean, I know I've got to, if we can't get over 32 to 35 psi, it isn't going to work at all anyway because the valves won't let it. And I don't want to take those off because it's going to sit there and just dribble all the time anyway. As in these valves here and the nozzle bodies. So that's what I'm doing. Ty's trying to get the water trough cleaned out. So much crap in there, they kept plugging the screen up for the pump to pump it out with. So it had about 8 inches left in it. Helped her get her tipped, showed you what she's doing. And now we'll put stuff together, I hope. That happy fishies. Happy dog eating calf shit. And she just told me that the floats weren't leaking as she was filling, but the right one just started. That's because it got twisted around a little bit. Just, if I can hold on to these. Just needs a little snugging up. Then it's done. And just because I'm here, see if this one's loose at all. It ain't loose. It ain't moving. And I'm going to let you go because she's going to start that back up. She did my pickup, now she's going to do that thing. I know. You don't want to know how many times I've been up and down the stairs over there. There's 2 more of those full of spare parts upstairs. Screens, regulators, pressure gauges, plastic fittings, like plastic pipe fittings, and then hose tees, all that kind of stuff. That's full of banjo fittings. That's what I ended up doing, which seems to have worked out okay, I think. I need to put a zip tie on yet. I want to pull this a little bit this way. 3/4 pipe, male banjo into there because that's the only one I had. Put a nipple in here to put the two together. I literally cut that hose off right against the splice where it was spliced to the clear piece. All because that one would not screw into the barb that was on here, or the fitting on here. Regular garden hose fitting, but it was deeper thread and I didn't want to cut it off. This will be better anyway. So it's all hooked up except for pulling that. We'll get things put on it, nozzles. You know what I was talking about, right? And we got a gauge upstairs so we can set the pressure. Gauge just goes on right in place of a nozzle and you know what your pressure is. We'll just set the pump to pump that pressure and go for broke. That's my plan anyway. Ain't gonna be today because it's already that time of day. And 2 tractors in the way. But anyway. Oh yeah, you notice there's not a grapple here. It's not laying over there either. It's around back. Got the bucket out of the way too. And then Becky texted me, "Did you get the mail?" No. Not like I haven't been busy. I mean, every time I get in the middle of something, I gotta go down and help Lynn with something. And I'm assuming she's relaxing in the trailer at the moment since she just got done with her car and went up there. And I don't see her down here anywhere. Count number 1, 2, 3. She has yet another string. I've been watching her for like 3 weeks now. And well, something's got to give at some point. These girls are running out of time. They were all supposed to be due by the middle of the month. And well, that's Monday. Not too many out here. A few in the lot, a few in the barn. All I gotta do is turn the light on here and kind of take half a peek, you know, make sure there's no babies that got in the wrong spot and might have got underneath the edge of the gate back here or something, because that can happen. Worst thing actually when one's born along this lower side, they spit them underneath the gate. That's happened too. Hi ladies. Hey baby. So all I got left to do is throw some grain to the steers over here. Then put the video up so y'all can watch it and hit the thumbs up and comment and see if YouTube will quit screwing with people's comments and removing them. Brent had to comment again this morning on last night's video. Also, he could say, hey, I commented, but they didn't like it. Well, I remember he commented because I replied, and so did 2 or 3 other people. And they wiped out the whole works. I don't understand. And yeah, yesterday, they moved a 5th wheel in over there. Assuming it's going to be one of the 3 houses that's supposed to be built from there over to those trees. And one of the geese just came up and flew from, I don't know if you saw it, by that tree and went that away. Haven't seen the geese in a few days. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And hope you had a good Saturday. Everybody has a great Sunday. And that's been a long day.